This is a perfect example of looking past the headline and deep diving a little more on the information that we get, right? So what you're talking about in your comment here, I'm guessing you're talking about this post, right? A song debuts on a Hot 100 this week despite selling under 4K units. It currently has over 25 million in radio audience. I really need you to lock in and listen and comprehend, okay? This song, I'm going to tell you what song it is, and I'm going to tell you what's wrong with this language, and or maybe what you guys are misinterpreting with this language. I don't want to attack chart data, okay? You following me? The song you're talking about, number 98, Sam Hunt, Country House, right? I get what you're saying. The streams are pretty low, right? 0.6 next to that 11%, and the radio impressions 25 million, 89%. The problem with what is being understood here, right, is that you guys are assuming the song just debuted, just like Drake's song, What Did I Miss? This song has been out since May 28, 2024. Okay, so most songs get streamed a lot when they first drop, right? So it's been out for almost a year. So it didn't just debut, it just made its debut into the Hot 100. Okay, meaning for as long as it's been out, okay, it debuted for the public in 2024. It never made an appearance into the Hot 100. Let's read that again. Okay, right? A song debuts on the Hot 100. They probably should have said made its debut, but I don't know how much better they can do this for us, right? So what does this all mean, right? So we go back to our original point in which we say older songs tend to get more radio plays. It goes back to another original point. Sam Hunt's Country House is a country song. So the radio stations that it's getting played on, we can't compare that to the stations that What Did I Miss would be on. And also, in addition, right, you have to understand, one of my points is that country music artists, they get more plays, especially on internet radio, different environments, different stations. So all these things are going to apply here. I never said that payola doesn't exist. I'm not saying that, the label didn't do the work there. And there are other factors here as to why this song might be getting more plays on the radio. But it's not an apples to apples comparison. It is an old song that for whatever reason now is getting worked on the radio. If you do a comparison at number 100, Illegal right now, which is very, very popular on TikTok. Hi, my name to meet you. I know this feels illegal. Look at the streams, 4.9, not bad, right? But 0.1 million impressions on the radio. It's, pretty new, right? Now, a few more things, because I would like to move on from this topic after this, right? I know you guys see stuff like this, right? Where you see Drake years ago, Certified Lover Boy, and this is after the rule change, by the way. You see he debuts on a Hot 100. Let's use this first song, Way Too Sexy, right? And you're saying, well, this disproves that, you don't get a lot of the radio play shouldn't matter. You should still be on a Hot 100. They changed the rules for him. That's fine. But I hope you guys really understand what I mean by Drake resistance, right? So when Way Too Sexy dropped, let's talk about how many streams it had to still be able to go by Billboard's rules versus What Did I Miss? Okay, we're talking about Way Too Sexy here. Okay, this is the article, right? Way Too Sexy, right? It debuted at number one, okay? Drake's ninth number one single saw 67.3 million streams in its first week. In fact, the second biggest streaming week to a song that year, okay? You compare that to What Did I Miss, which missed, no pun intended, 1 day of tracking, 22.5 million streams. That is sort of the gap. Now, obviously, there are other factors there, other than the Drake resistance, Drake beef, obviously promotion, things like. I get it, right? The quality of songs, I get it. But that's why, Drake was able to, supersede that. And not that it wasn't a problem before then, but clearly you see airplay immediately wasn't always his thing, is what I'm saying. He just always beat the system because he was streamed so well. Here, he's still, if you're trying to say Drake is powered down, he's still doing better than everybody else here. The airplay is going to come. Lastly, very, very lastly, right? Very last. I want to address this. The best thing you can do for Drake right now, other than streaming the music, if you care about radio so much, demand the songs. Call up your radio stations. That's the best thing you can do as a fan. Rather than just making up theories or, not understanding that your favorite artist can get things wrong too. And they have, their gender, their ego, whatever the case might be. It's us as the people creating this to get the information right to you. That's all I want to do is get the information right to you. I don't give a damn. I have no loyalty to anybody but the goddamn genre, right? So this one with Alex Warren in this post, and you guys see Billboard at the bottom with eyes. First of all, in terms of running this pages, you know what it is. Billboard has already given Drake Artist of the Decade before. This is not a smoking gun. This is Alex Warren, in fact, promoting Nokia. He's a big artist like this, tagging Drake, posting his song. He's doing Drake a favor more than anything. You see brand pages, you see publics, the public coming in here trying to get clout. They're in everybody's comments. So if this they feel like is a viral moment, they're going to do this, right? So that's that, we don't have to do all of the conspiracy thing. And in closing, the reality is, as I said in my last video, most of you are not radio's main target audience. That's why it feels like you have tunnel vision and this feels skewed to you and weird. Okay, you most likely aren't the people that are going to be in the focus groups. So yes, Drake will eventually get his listens, but there's so many thousands radio stations in this country that Alex Warren, okay, is their target audience first. All right, good talk.